We are just inside the Beltway, about 10 miles east of the Capitol Dome as we come to you from FedEx Field here in Landover. Coming up, it's a battle to represent the NFC in this year's Super Bowl, and we've got a classic in store between the Atlanta Falcons and the Washington Redskins. Two teams that don't like each other much. One will go to Super Bowl 53 as we're underway in the 2019 NFC title game. A first carry for Samaje Perine, and he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Kaiser now. They'll drop it off to Perine, complete, and he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
He'll get this out to his running back, Perine. It's a gain of 9 yards, and that'll make it second and short.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So, second catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So, if they can get him going in the passing game, that should open up his running game, too. They'll run it now out of the gun, and he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
Now Kaiser. Dancing, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Vic Beasley able to get in there and drop him for a 2-yard loss. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. On third down, Kaiser. This one caught by Crowder. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's fourth down. The Redskins send out their punter. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. Ryan will bring the Falcons up now, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Gun. 12. On. Hey, south.
On second down, here's Ryan. He's airing it out for Sanu. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, third down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jones. And nearly a touchdown as they finally stop him down at about the 3-yard line. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way in.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. A great effort there. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Redskins have taken a first-quarter lead. Now, these are not going to be easy on a cold, snowy night, but this one is up and through. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Looking deep for Julio. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at second down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave them with 3rd and still 7 yards to go. From the gun, it's Ryan. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. That one goes for 24 yards. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Jonathan Allen coming hard that time. He's able to run him down for a loss of 12. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. From the shotgun, Ryan under pressure again, and down he goes again.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons. Operating from the gun, Ryan. He sets to fire deep. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Great blocking, nearly sprung him there. 28-yard return. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Let's go! Ryan 38! Ryan 38!
1st down, Kaiser trying to lay one up deep. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
And this is good for a 1st down, his 2nd grab of this NFC Championship bout.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Come on, let's go. Grand 38.
Kaiser now to throw on 1st down. Well, Kaiser can't get away, and he'll go down. Vic Beasley in there to get him for his 2nd sack of the night. Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Play fake. Kaiser eluding the pressure right. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. Good yardage there on the scramble, and all of a sudden they're left with a 3rd and 2. Much more manageable.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Being checked, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Vic Beasley in there to get him again. The 3rd time he sacked him here tonight. The Redskins send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. 46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the 2nd drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Hey, express. Wait. There we go.
They snap it at 1. Now Ryan. He completes it to Julio Jones. Now Jones is hit. He lost the football. Into the Redskins have it, they do.
Thank goodness for heaters up here. And thank goodness I don't have to carry the football in this game. It's January. It's cold out there. Trying to clutch the football and absorb the hits, not easily done.
Yeah, we saw a product of the elements right there. Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
From midfield now, here's Ryan. Ryan hit, and he lost the football. But the Falcons were able to recover, so they will keep possession.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now Ryan on second down. Throw right side, caught by Ridley. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on third. The Falcons on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. From the gun, Ryan. Looking downfield for Jones. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. A first chance in the red zone for the Falcons now. 1st and 10 at the 19. After the penalty, here's Freeman. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Get up!
Here's Coleman on the toss. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Off the play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Fabian Moreau. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. A toss play. Here's Pirine. And he'll be taken down for a loss back at the 3. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
Flex round! Flex round! Come on, let's go!
On 1st and 10, Kaiser steps away to his left. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Nice job there defensively. A great time to dial up a blitz.
And give him credit under center instead of throwing it away. Actually, a pretty good job of getting past the line of scrimmage, not losing yardage.
Flex round! Let's go!
And they'll try to throw here. Kaiser. Kaiser hit, and he lost the football. And the offense will cover this one up, but they'll be pushed back inside their own 10. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Let's go. White 90. White 90.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. Airing one out for Crowder. And got his man complete. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. Kaiser on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Tack McKinley. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Let's go. What?
Final play of the half. Kaiser. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And some room to roam now. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So we've reached halftime here in the NFC Championship. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando. That's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Okay, Coach. Appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the 2nd half. The Hallis Trophy still hangs in the balance as the 2nd half now underway in the NFC Championship game. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And here now come the Falcons. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. And he'll get this one up to the 26. In on the stop, the safety, Troy Apke. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. On 2nd down, Ryan. Flush to his right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball. And we see yet another errant throw as a result.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Operating from the gun, Ryan. And the 3rd down pass falls incomplete. Another drive comes and goes, still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the 2nd half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. So now we look at the Redskins offense getting ready for their first possession of the 2nd half. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. check so far. Defense shut him down. Let's see what the offense gets done.
And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. The Redskins send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They'll try to get the ground game going with Freeman. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Ryan. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Jonathan Allen in there to drop him for his 2nd sack now here tonight. So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons. To throw is Ryan. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. Ooh. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points.
Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. 1 first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
The Redskins offense now, they get set to take over here. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
And now he'll tuck it and run. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. Kaiser now on 2nd down. Uncorks one for Davis. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Flex round! Flex round!
Kaiser from the gun on 3rd. Forced out to his left. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. Now a carry for Pirine. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
3rd quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Flex round! Flex round!
Again, here's Pirine. And he's going to get this inside the 30. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop it. Here's P-Ryan. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Redskins are going to add on to their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, you mentioned that slowly but surely, you also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. And the last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points on the safety. They don't want to do that one again.
No, not at all. It's almost like a bases clearing double, isn't it? Give up a couple of runs.
Sure.
just messes things up for you offensively. But now they've got to go ahead, take it, set it aside, and move forward.
They'll start out on the ground with Coleman. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
21.
To throw on 2nd down. Ryan going up top. And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this 3rd quarter of play. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This will be 3rd and 6. From the gun, Ryan. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. Dan Quinn's guys unable to come through there on 4th down. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. Now a first carry for their fullback. He will push his way down to about the 14. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, big man with the ball. Met bigger man on the other side of the line. A really nice play for the defense.
Now P. Ryan. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
They'll run again with P. Ryan. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
And that one, my goodness, that was almost too easy.
Yeah, you're not going to have too many attempts shorter than that one, and I don't think this was blocked. That's about as bad a miss as you can have.
Ryan will bring the Falcons up now, 1st and 10 at the 20. They'll run with Freeman here to begin the drive. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Here's Ryan. The left side completion to Jones. 23 yards on the play. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory. Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And he's got his star receiver. It's Jones for the Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones, 50 yards. And the Falcons get a bit closer. You always worry about the plant foot in the snow, but no problems there, as this gets them back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively? Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent. But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here. It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football. They'll run it here with P. Ryan. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut. Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Vic Beasley able to make the tackle. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels? Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 41. And on the ground they go with a running back. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. Well, partner, Marvin, our #1 stats guy just handed me a little card that says
He has 97 yards on the ground today. You think he's going to get the ball again?
I think so. 3 away from that century mark. Gotta have it.
Yeah, and I think what they're going to call is one of his favorite runs, whatever he feels comfortable with, and what the offensive line has executed well today to try and get him over 100 yards.
That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3-and-out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
Time for a break. Back with more in the NFC Championship game after this. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. Now they try the right side here. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. The Redskins on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 9. Now a handoff looking right. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. And the Falcons going to use another timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And his kick is right there. It's good. And that will bump the lead up to 11. A big one there. That gives him a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us. There's no downplaying that we all knew that this was a critical possession, and to get a return like that to start things off, that's the spark that they needed. That's the spark they were looking for.
Ready! Like 25! Get up! Wait! 12! They're running it!
Throwing now, Ryan on 1st down. Getting it out left side to Sanu. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And he will find Ridley on the left side. So offside's the call, and they understandably decline it.
And this is why we're seeing more and more teams hiring that one coach to the staff that's in charge of all these things. This one's minor. It's pretty easy to figure out. But all the game management stuff, trying to help out the head coach in his decision-making process.
20!
They'll throw on 1st down with Ryan. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
On 2nd down, Freeman. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. The Falcons on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. He's going to let it fly. So they took a shot there on 3rd down. Couldn't get it. Now it's 4.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. The Falcons will call on Matt Bryant for the field goal try. This to get it back to a one-score game. And Bryant's kick is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So we're back to a one-score game, and now you figure we'll likely see an onside kick.
Yeah, they've only got the one timeout remaining, so I think they've got to take a chance at getting the ball back.
And this is going to be recovered by the hand seam. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
The Redskins, they can smell victory now. They take a knee. And what a ride it has been. NFC champs, they have punched their ticket to the biggest show in sports.
And what a way to get there, to go the entire season and then play for the right to go to the Super Bowl and the right to call themselves NFC champs. Elation has to abound.
And that'll close the books on the conference championship. For Charles Davis, myself, Brandon Gaudin, and our entire crew, we'll talk to you in 2 weeks from the Super Bowl.